Hi everyone, this is Tanya the Lady Strange. Welcome to day 26 of 31 Days of Strange. So we're approaching the end of October already in Samhain / Halloween. I can't believe it already. So if you've been watching and following along with my journeys and my strangeness, my things in my collection, my ramblings, my daily practice, my music, and just all that makes me and the Lady Strange, thank you. If you were passing through and watching this, thank you. I appreciate it as it helps my channel grow and know that others do appreciate my strangeness and uniqueness as I appreciate others' artistic value. So with that being said, this is just going to be a quick video on one of my favorite magic ingredients or things I use in my spell work. I don't use it all the time, but it is one of my favorites. I am very respectful and reverent when I get it. I do ask the land spirits and the spirits of the place that when I do obtain it, whether or not it is that I should be obtaining it and that it's going to be willing to work with me and in my future magic. And of course, I have to be very mindful and discreet because it is graveyard dirt. This is graveyard or cemetery dirt from my favorite cemetery, Forest Hill Cemetery in Utica, New York. Now, in many states and many locations around the world, it's illegal to get cemetery or graveyard dirt. I call it graveyard dirt, even though cemetery and graveyards technically have different connotations. So, with that being said, I got this several years ago on Samhain. So I had the favorability to do it. It was a rainy day. This was obviously almost filled to the top, but that shows you how I use it. You don't have to use a lot of an ingredient on it, and also your connection and intention is the most important of using it. So again, I don't get it often much to do that. I do not obtain it from a specific grave or a specific area, more of the outlying part of the graves, because since it's such a big cemetery, it's still within, a blessed area. So that doesn't matter. I'm not that type that's going to use a specific spirit in that type of instance from a grave or that to do my bidding, magic, or whatever. Even if they're my ancestors, maybe in the future, but right now that just hasn't appealed to me in the past or in my present practice. So, and you don't have to actually go to that because, again, it's pretty much illegal in most places. But I did it quickly and discreetly in under 5 minutes. So yeah, that just goes to show you. So basically, with that being said, a good alternative other than ordering it online from places that do have the ability or source it, if it is actually graveyard, or who knows, sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Use your discretion. But with that being said, a good alternative, many may not know this, many you may do, depending on your practice or how you work, that patchouli is an excellent alternative for this type for graveyard dirt and its type of magic. So it's a great substitute and a great alternative to that if you don't choose to work with it or you find it just disrespectful or illegal, whatever the case is, to each their own. But how I use it as, obviously, I use it for necromantic purposes, working with spirits, connecting with that in the underworld, since I am my basis of my spiritual practice, or the deities that work with me, walk with me, and that I respect. After all, I do work in the left-hand path, but they aid me throughout my whole life and my practice and in my previous life, and I have great respect for their assistance, their wisdom, and that we work and walk together. I don't have to bow down to them, but it's a mutual, respectful relationship, and an empowered one at that. So basically how I use this is, besides connecting with spirits, the dead, and the underworld, I also use it in spells that have to do with basically I use it for protection. I do find it because it's all about intent that you are doing your magic and your spells with, or you're using your ingredients for. It's the intention and the discernment is the most part, and your will is the most important and integral part in when you're crafting spells and magic or doing any workings at all if you are a practitioner, a witch, or whatever you're on the path or on the occult. So basically, I also use this because I use it in like protective charms, bags. I use it to ground the energy and protection for like certain types of boxes where I can project my energy into, or energy I may have absorbed that I do not wish to hold on to, but I can kind of direct and put my fingers and direct the energy into to ground it and pass it through that, and then eventually whatever with the whole remains, and depending on that purpose, then I go from there at the end when it has served its purpose. I also do use it for, strangely enough, at least in my practice, maybe others may not find this, I use it as an accelerant. What I mean by that is, to me, depending where I'm using this and what I'm doing exactly, and why I'm doing it, or what I'm crafting, sometimes in even oils, and or things to anoint my candles with, because I work a lot with candle magic. A very simple, easy, accessible, and multi-purpose type of thing too. So you got to look at that. Is that I use it in those types of things, in different brews, oils, etc., for anointing and magic. Of course, not ones to wear, just not that. But in those other forms of magics I do, it helps to actually, just kind of like dragon's blood, which is very rare now, the resin, and that it's extinct and it's extremely expensive, as I look at as an accelerant, something to speed up a spell, to add fire, to add that will, that wands type of energy, to expedite a spell. That basically, this, in my opinion, works also. So, and it's obviously very connected to the earth and the place where it may be obtained from. That's why I say to use your discernment when you're getting it. But again, patchouli will do the same thing. I just like the real thing. So, this is just a bit of my rambles before I start work for day 26. And I thank you all for watching. Again, stay strange and blessed be.